says, why do some hadiths contradict? Some hadiths say that the ummah would be divided into 72 sects. The other one says the ummah would be divided to 73 sects. First of all, do you believe that the hadiths are from Allah Azza wa Jal and they are a revelation? The answer is yes. This is crystal clear in the Quran, where Allah says, whatever the Prophet, the Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, brings to you, you have to accept, and whatever he tells you not to do, you have to refrain. And this is only from the hadith. The Quran is there, and Allah Azza wa Jal always says, وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ. Always obey Allah and obey the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. What does that mean? It means that Allah Azza wa Jal has preserved this deen through the Quran and through the prophetic hadith. So, excuse me, if you believe in that, you have to accept that the hadith is preserved from Allah.
Let me explain. It's a clear contradiction, so it cannot be from Allah. Hadith are not from Allah at all, or His Messenger. Not a single born living creature on this face of the planet can bring a proof to their claims when it's contradicting itself and the Quran. The answer is no. If hadith are revelation from Allah, then who are you or your scholars to say this is sahih and this is da'if? So you got the authority to say this hadith is sahih and this hadith is da'if to the revelation of Allah? Is that what you're saying? Amazing. Allah says one revelation, one book. Tanzilun minar Rahmanir Rahim. A revelation from the merciful and the beneficent. Tanzilun means one revelation, not too many, just one and only. Tanzilun is simple Arabic. Kitabun fussilat ayatuhu. A book, one book. Its verses are detailed. Fussilat ayatuhu. Qur'anan Arabiyan liqawmin ya'lamun. Arabic Quran for those who know, those who understand. Now, where can you fit hadith into this one? Allah already said this. One revelation. So now you are claiming to have so many revelations. Just saying we believe is not enough according to the Quran. أَحَسِبَ النَّاسُ أَنْ يُتْرَكُوا أَنْ يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا. Do the people think that they will be left to say we believe? وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. And they will not be tested? Amazing. So just believing you won't be tested? This is the test. That you are blindly following a hadith, that's a test. You have failed. What is crystal clear? I don't know why you don't fear Allah. Stop abusing the ayahs of Allah. Stop abusing the verses of Allah. You people are just like the Christians. Christians say, I and my Father are one. John chapter 10 verse 30. Without context. You people are quoting this ayah without context. Something seriously wrong with you people. You are not even quoting the entire ayah. You are not even quoting the entire verse. Just a segment of the verse you are quoting. Not the end, not the beginning. Just the middle portion of the ayah. This is unacceptable. Let me give you the segment of the ayah you quoted. 59 verse 7. وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ. And whatever the messenger gives you, take it. وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. And whatever he forbids you from it, then refrain. Here, Allah is talking about the spoils of war, not your Satan books. If you read from the beginning to the end of this ayah, not the surah, this ayah, you will understand this is not talking about hadith. You don't have to be a scholar. Even a child can read it and understand. If you so-called scholars don't confuse the people, you people are misguiding the people, confusing the people. If not, they will follow the Quran without any problem. They won't have any issues of following the Quran. Atiullah wa atiur Rasul, obey Allah and obey the messenger means Allah preserved this deen through prophetic hadith. Is that what it means? This is a new definition. First time I'm hearing this. First time. Oh my God. You people are coming up with new things. It's really hard to keep up with these Satan worshippers. This is your assumption. In yattabi'una illa dhanna.
Number two, whenever there is a conflict, there are a number of processes that scholars follow. And it's important that you refer to scholars, because laymen who do not understand Arabic, who do not understand usul al-fiqh, who do not understand the sciences of hadith, mustalah al-hadith, and how to differentiate between da'if and sahih, they would shoot from the hip and they would put themselves in doubtful things, and it may lead them to reject the Islam altogether, because with this concept of yours, you can even go to the Quran and see that the Quran speaks about a day that is equivalent to 1,000 days, 1,000 years, and a day that is equivalent to 50,000 years, and a day that is our normal day. So anyone with improper iman and submission to Allah and adequate knowledge would be tested with such information that he could not digest and would lead him to leave Islam, probably. May Allah protect you and all of our viewers. Thirdly, you have to go and search what the ulama said in this. Now, I did not do this research. I know the hadith of the 73, which talks about the whole entire ummah. 72 are in hell and one is in paradise. And the hadith is authentic. Now, having said that, maybe the hadith that talks about the 72 is talking about the 72 that are in hell, not mentioning the one that is in paradise, because this is known by default. And the other hadith that talks about 73, the Prophet says afterwards, all in hell except one. So you cannot think that verses contradict other verses, or verses contradict the hadith, because the contradiction is only in your mind. As a Muslim, we believe that this is all from Allah Azza wa Jal.
Not true at all. There is no processes the scholars follow. What do you think? This is mathematical formula? So what you are saying is that we should blindly follow the scholars, because even a person who understands Arabic well shouldn't think, because we are considered as laymen. Science of Hadith? What type of foolishness is that? Do you even know the definition of the word science? Do you? Let me explain to you a bit more clearly, so you and likes of you can understand well. Pay attention to this very carefully. The opposite of scientific method would be knowledge gained by testimonials. Hadith are testimonials, oral tradition. Your hadith are opposite of science. Hope you understand where hadith stand now. It's foolish to say science of hadith. Every single Tom, Dick and Harry is saying this. It's foolish. You will look like an imbecile. So what you are saying is people would leave Islam because the way Allah explained in the Quran is very poor. Therefore, people shouldn't follow the Quran alone. They should follow the scholars. That's what you are saying. So, this particular hadith, is it authentic? No, you didn't do your research. You said it. Not even according to your scholars, it is not authentic. It is a Hasan hadith. Hasan means good, not authentic. You can find this hadith in Abu Dawud 4596 and 4597, graded as Hasan. You can find this hadith in Tirmidhi also 2640, graded as Hasan. But 2641 is graded as Dhaif. You can find this same hadith in Ibn Majah 3992, Hasan hadith.
So it is either the contradiction does not exist. Allah Azza wa Jal says, حُرِّمَتْ عَلَيْكُمُ الْمَيْتَةُ وَالدَّمُ, dead meat and blood and swine meat is haram. Isn't the Quran in number of ayahs? Yet the Prophet said, alayhi salam, أُحِلَّتْ لَنَا مَيْتَتَانِ وَدَمَانِ. 2 dead meat and 2 blood were made permissible for us. Allah says it's prohibited. The Prophet says it's permissible. This is general and this is specific. Am wa khas. If you did not study usul al-fiqh, you will not understand this. But everything that is dead meat is haram, with the exception of the locust and the fish. And if you cannot combine between the two so conflicting evidences, you go to level 2, which is which one is abrogating the other. So one abrogates the other. Like in the 3 verses of the Quran talking about intoxicants, that they ask you about intoxicants and gambling. Say there is some benefit and there's a lot of harm, and the harm is more than outweighs the benefits. Okay, stage 1. Stage 2, do not approach salat when you are intoxicated until you recognize what you can recite. Okay. Stage 3, abrogated both 2 verses. Stay away from it. فَاجْتَنِبُوهُ. And this is decisive. So if you don't understand abrogation and the concept of it, you'd say, oh, 3 verses that are conflicting, contradicting, the Quran is this and that. And this is all in your mind. If you're unable to know which one came first, so that you know which one abrogated which, then you have to start to outweigh which one is more authentic. So Quran is always more authentic than the Hadith. If there's any conflict, then we take the Quran. If the Hadith is in Bukhari and the other one is in Tirmidhi, Bukhari always outweighs, etc. And this is for scholars, not for any Tom, Dick, or Harry. Finally, the 4th stage, if all these 3 cannot be implemented, the 4th stage is I refrain from, I abstain. I just hold on. I don't have any say. I don't know, but definitely there are other scholars who know the answer. So I don't give a verdict of conflicting or contradicting. Rather, I go in search with other scholars until I find the right answer. And I hope this answers your question.
Not true at all. These are all assumptions. Show me one ayah where Allah says, I have abrogated this one or that one. Allah says, وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَاتُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا وَأَدْلًا. And the word of your Lord has been fulfilled in truth and in justice. لَا مُبَدِّلَ لِكَلِمَاتِهِ. None can alter His word. وَهُوَ سَمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. And He is the hearing and knowing. So what you are saying is, Quran is not a book of guidance. And the deen is designed for the scholars, not for the nas, not for the people. Without scholars, people are misguided. I guess maybe you didn't get the memo from Allah. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. But we have got the memo. Amazing. Wassalamu alaikum.